Well, we've been tracking internet users and non-users around the world in 35 countries. We track all ages, ethnicities, both genders. We track everything about people. And I've noticed as we do this work for 11 years, we see all these behaviors teenagers engage in. And we want to know which things are they doing because they're young and have time. What are the trends and fads that they abandon as they get older and have children and jobs and spouses, and which are the things they're doing that are really transformational, that they'll take with them the rest of their lives and all those who follow will do. So I looked at some of the behaviors and tried to make those distinctions, which is a lot of fun. I come to Australia a lot. I work with a couple companies here, but this is my favorite place in the world. I think it's the only place I could live outside of America, and what's not to love in Australia? And it's also summer where it's winter, but that aside, it's just, Sydney's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. But I'm here to speak at the Circus, to really do the talk I just did. We have a great partner, Swinburne, in Australia, and we're able to look at, we have a partner in New Zealand, so we're also able to look at similarities and differences between Australia and New Zealand, Australia, the US, China, and in most ways, Australia is like the rest of the world. There are a couple of exceptions, because all this technology is global technology, and it's all, nowhere is that more evident than what we're seeing in the Middle East in the last couple of days, or last couple of weeks actually. But yes, Australians, there are some things that are uniquely Australian. Australians, I think, really switch between media and use more forms of media than what we see in the rest of the world. Australians really are developing critical media skills faster than the rest of the world. We see Australian teenagers, I was just in Brazil, we see Australian teenagers, I think, a little more at the forefront than we see in the rest of the world, but in most ways, most of these countries are very similar. The places you see the most extreme differences are where the government limits or inhibits the differences. I was impressed first with the size of the audience. I got a chance to chat with people before I spoke, and the quality and breadth of the audience, and the commitment that many of them have to spend 3 days. I also thought the facility is really amazing. It really doesn't feel like an auditorium.